Hello everyone and welcome to the Trade Ideas Live Trading Room recap for Wednesday, August the 17th. My name is Barry Anderson, the moderator of our trading room. This is the address to get into the room. I share my screen all day long and I'm live on the mic between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And you do not have to be a member of Trade Ideas. You can come on in as a guest and participate. And if you'd like to take out a subscription, this is the link you can use and you'll see some various subscription plans. Once you decide on what you want, you'll see there is a promo code that you can use. Just as an example, if you took the entire package for 1 year, it would come out to about $5 a day. All right. Well, another interesting day. I'm keeping an eye on this one, the CNTRV. I'm not in it yet. This is it's not a super low floater. I think it's got a little over 20 million in the float. But it's, in fact, let me just see what it does have on the float. Yeah, 32 million in the float. Still a pretty low floater though, and so I'm keeping an eye on it. I wouldn't mind getting it up in this area. If you take a look at the daily chart, perhaps you're going to see what I'm looking at here. Just a second, I just lost it. Okay. So look at the daily chart, and you can see it broke free of all this over the dollar mark, and it has a nice little gap. So there's a part of me that says that even if I get it, I may in fact swing this one. You know, as long as it, depending on how it closes. All right, so I'm going to just move that over to my other monitor. So we had 1 star for the day. Now here's STEM. I'm kind of watching STEM also. I'm interested in maybe on getting it on a high of the day break at 115. I had an anticipatory order right around here at 218, in fact. See if it broke through 215 with any momentum and I could catch some on the way up. I've yanked it as it moved back down, so but we'll be keeping an eye on it. Now, did some trades. Skies was, I actually traded this 3 times, once successfully, not for much. Got in, this was one in the pre-market that was just ripping. And, excuse me, got into this at 595 on this opening candle. Sold some at 513 and basically flat on the second bit. Got back into it at 529 as it moved back up. That candle, these are 15-minute candles, sold out at 517. Tried it again a little later on at 427, right in this area here. It just had a tough time. You see, I got in here at 427, had a tough time getting through this area. Notice I have a mark here. Tested it twice, didn't work, and got out at, what was the price? 416, so it took a loss there. However, the star, for sure, for most of us in the room was this THLD. Another one of these crazy little penny stocks. And now I got in late. I think Matt in the room actually alerted us to this. This was not a 61 million in the float, so it's not a super low floater. It's not a super low floater, 61 million, but nonetheless, it's not an excessive float. And watch this action right here. Took the trade. A little bit of anticipatory, okay? I got in at 90 cents. Usually I would wait for the dollar break, but it just looked like it had so much momentum. So I actually took the trade right here on this candle at 90 cents. Notice it popped over $1. Thought, okay, now we're away. Because look, everybody's looking. When they saw STEM yesterday, basically coming from the same range, or the 60-cent range, and got as high as I think $3. I'm not. Now STEM had some decent news, I guess. I have no idea what this news was, but just think of the psychology of it all. People see STEM yesterday, they didn't get in, or they want the next one, and so they're thinking and hoping maybe this could be the next one. So that's why I got in. I mean, I wasn't thinking it was going to go to $3, but got in at 90 cents. Took some out at 97, just in case. This was before actually it broke through, just in case it didn't break through $1. Broke through, thought, okay, we're on our way. And then as it came back down, I basically exited right where I bought it at 90 cents. However, kept watching it, and this was the nice move. Got back in it on this candle here at 95 cents. Now this time it really broke through, and I was able to get some out at $1.12, a couple of times at $1.12, and then at $1.05 before it actually broke back down through. So this was a great trade for me anyway. I think a lot in the room because on a percentage basis, it was just really, really good. Now, a couple other ones. Holly, a Holly trade, and I got very lucky on it because what happened is the Holly alert was actually at 87.11. You can see it was right here. And I was actually talking about this just before the Holly alert. I was saying, this was an earnings play, huge pop in the pre-market, and then it basically just sold off. But it looked like it was, excuse me, a little bit of a pullback here, a bit of a base, and it looked like it was starting to move up. It was just over the whole number. So I was literally probably 5 seconds before Holly actually alerted. I said we should watch this one. It popped. The alert was at 87.11. Excuse me, sorry about that. I couldn't get in then. Watched it around this area and it was holding, and so I decided to take it at 87.30, right there, 87.30. Literally in, I don't know, 15, 20 seconds, it popped up to 87.97. And I guess it was because, I don't know if it was the CEO, but some spokesperson for PLCE was on CNBC, or they were talking about it on CNBC, and that just caused a spike. Very fortunate. Got in at 87.30, traded it out at 87.89, and then got out right around here. So it was a very, very, very quick trade. TEDU, another Holly trade. Excuse me. Looks like I could be back in it. I'm not in it, unfortunately, now. I got whipped out. But this is what we're trying to tell people, though, show people how to use Holly. Look at TDEU. It actually, we took a 25-cent loss on it. You just click on. So here was this is the candle where they had the alert, and 1289, excuse me, 1264 was the stop. Now, I actually did try to trade this one. I got in at 1280 early, and this action started, and I decided to just get out. It kept trying to top out here and move back down, so I thought, you know what, maybe I better wait for a 13 break. None too soon, because literally the next candle, it just moved down, and it took out the stop. That's why you see a stop of 25 cents, a loss of 25 cents, from 89 on the entry down to 64, which was the stop. However, what I did was, I didn't lose sight of it. I thought, okay, let's put an alert at 13, and if it breaks 13, I didn't want to mess around just at the entry 1289. I wanted to see if it could break 13. So I watched it. It finally broke 13. I got the alert. That's what that green line means. I took the trade at 1306. Now it took a while. It did, it wasn't a rocket ship. It took this amount of time, probably, I don't know, about 30 minutes or so. Then all of a sudden it just popped up, got a 1343. I was able to trade some out at 1340, and then I got out the balance at 1310 on this can. Remember, these are 15-minute candles, so I traded it out at 1340, and then at 1310. A little bit over where I bought it at 1306, but now I notice it's come right back. But the point of it is that this is how you use Holly. Just because you get stopped out, what I would do all the time is just put an alert at the entry price if you got stopped out. The same thing happened with CYCC. Now, unfortunately, the same thing happened with this one yesterday. This was a Holly alert also yesterday. Virtually identical same thing happened. It got stopped out, and then it turned right around, and it really ran yesterday. I think look at this. Look how much this ran yesterday, and I think the alert was right around here, and did get a stop out, but then it just ran for the rest of the day. So same thing happened here, not quite as dramatic. We got stopped out on a UICC is a stop hit, so it actually got stopped out at 759. So in at 783 on this candle here and got stopped out. And I must have been distracted because I was bound and determined to watch this one again, and I just missed it. I know what it was. I was on the phone. That's right. My wife called me, and so I missed the move. And look at the move off. Where are we now? Off 784 entry. So right here, 784 is the entry. Look at the move all the way up here. I'm not saying you would have got this. Remember, this was a green candle. So this was a green candle all the way up to 914 from 784. Now, I'm not saying you would have got in right at 784 and you would have got out right at 914. But this is why you have to watch Holly all day long. It's a tremendous watch list. Okay. And just those are just two examples, TEDU and CYC, and I'm sure there are others. But you don't have to take every trade. But if you have our price alerts, it's so easy just to set a price alert, and you don't have to watch it all day long. You just have to wait for the alert to trigger. All right, I think that's it. Just going to keep watching this CTRV. CTRV. And just see if it can get back up into this 125 level. And if it does, maybe if it takes out 126, the high of this 15-minute candle, I may get interested. And who knows, I may even swing this one depending how it closes. If I get into the trade here and it starts to move, you know me, I'll probably take some off. But depending how it closes out, it's possible I could even swing this. All right, well, thank you very much for listening again. Here is how to get into the room. I usually open the room about 8:45, though I'm opening it sometimes a little bit earlier, maybe 25 to 9. That's Eastern time, of course. I encourage you to come in at that time. That's when we start discussing all of our pre-market setups, the things which might be looking good once the market opens. And I get live on the mic between 9 a.m. And I've been knocking off a little bit early. Probably again today I'll knock off at about 3:30, but nonetheless, I'm usually on the mic for about 7 hours every day. And if you want to take out a subscription, this is the link to use, and you will see the promo code. Just insert that promo code to whatever subscription you decide to take. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.